Hello and welcome to the show that searches for valuables around the homes of the famous and then sells them at auction to raise money for really good causes. Now today I've come to meet a brilliant all-round entertainer, Mr. Showbiz himself. He started off as the warm-up man for Kenny Everett, but very soon he had his own extremely successful television show. He's had various catchphrases over the years, including, "It's a puppet!" But he's also had the great honour of hosting the Royal Variety Performance. And then the last clue, he brilliantly recreated the role of Al Jolson on London's West End stage. Today I'm in Buckinghamshire, which is home to the multi-talented comedian, singer, actor, chat show host, you name it, he does it, Brian Conley. Coming up on today's Cash in the Celebrity Attic, we're having a bundle of laughs.
Not like that, just like that. As free fun, as a lot of money now.
We start the celebrations early.
That's good.
And at auction, we're 100% honest.
Can I say it is solid gold?
But will we have reached our target when the final hammer falls? This magnificent 6-bedroom retreat is home to comedian Brian Conley and his wife Anne-Marie. Along with Maisie the dog and his daughters Amy and Lucy, they can all enjoy life in the country. Of course, all of this is a far cry from the star-studded West End shows, numerous television dramas and countless films. There's simply nothing this man hasn't tried, even slipping in a meeting with the Queen. Hi, Jonty.
Oh, it's a bit posh.
I know, I brought you to a really lovely location today. But I'm a bit worried, I have to be honest, because this is all about show business today, really.
So you want me to do what, song and dance routine?
Tell you what, I'll lead you a merry dance if you don't find me some really lovely valuables. And I'm going to put you to work straight away. Let's go meet Brian. Hello, Brian.
Glory Honey Ford.
I did say that you were a big hit, but that wasn't so good, actually.
No, don't tell everyone.
Don't give up the day job, Brian. How are you?
I'm very well.
And of course, the lovely Anne-Marie.
Who
Nice to
you
see
know
you
very
again.
well, Glenn.
I know Anne-Marie very well.
And it's quite funny because, I mean, you're here now and I was just about to polish my awards. I just felt that, this is the sort of thing I do when I'm at home.
Like you're
with
good
my
around the
lovely
house
wife.
like that, you mean?
Am I good around the house, Anne-Marie?
Yeah.
I make a mean cup of tea.
He does. Good.
Yeah.
What sort of goodies do you have?
It was difficult, we've sort of, we've been denied, but it's a wonderful charity that it's going to. It's a charity called Helen House, which for us is something I've done quite a bit for over the years. It's such a wonderful charity. I mean, it's the first children's hospice, and we've got involved over, last sort of 6-7 years, and I've done shows for them as well.
So now, how much do you think would be a lovely round figure?
A round figure? I mean, I'm hoping it'd be about 700 or 800, but if we can round it up to, say, 1,000, that would be quite incredible, and that would help.
But the only thing is, if we're going to really get down to business, we better get cracking.
Well, follow me.
Brian's home is overflowing with fantastic goodies, and choosing what goes and what stays is going to be a difficult task. Already in rummage heaven with so much on offer is our expert Jonty Herndon, whose 29 years' experience as an antiques expert kicked off with the distinguished London auction room Bonhams. And his first discovery could be the king of comedy himself, silent movie star Charlie Chaplin. Ah, Jonty, found a very interesting chap.
Oh, yes. Look at
Where did you
this.
get this from, Brian?
That one or that one? I got, I can't even remember. I mean, I bought it with you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think you bought it. It's obviously...
I did not.
Did you not? No. Did you not buy it?
No.
What's he actually made of, Jonty?
It was actually made of painted resin.
It's not even wood?
No, it's not carved. No. This is wood. This is wood. So it's not even cane, it's wood. Yeah. So Charlie Chaplin, dressed, of course, in his tramp's uniform. Yeah. He was a hero, yes?
He was indeed, yeah.
Well, he must have been a hero for you.
Yes. I mean, I liked his visual comedy. I mean, obviously, it's another era, another time, but I mean, he definitely did pave the way.
I think it's fascinating that we've got comic genius here and here as well. We've got.
So can I have that in writing?
We've got two. We've got two in the room. Well, I'm talking about myself. Oh, right. But really, the fact that we've got Charlie Chaplin and you own it, I think it's going to add a little bit of cash in.
And
actually.
we're throwing in the chair.
The free chair.
With...
Yes, with the
Let's
cobwebs.
keep the cobweb
That
value.
gives added value.
Yeah,
I can
absolutely.
guarantee that for you.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
A bit of
guarantee
DNA
that.
on that, mate.
Well, I think as far as value is concerned, it's got to be worth, what, 80 to 120 quid?
Nice. See.
That's certainly one for the auction, but I think we better find some other things that also you're quite happy to let go. So we'll go into a different room,
Oh.
shall we? Okay.
This way.
Yeah, come and join us.
I'll bring Charlie Chaplin with me.
Please do.
Well, with at least 3 comic geniuses on the rummage, I can tell I'm going to have to keep them in check. Hunting for antiques, you know, is a serious business. And I think in a house this size, we need to split up and tackle this like a military operation. And no stranger to leadership is Brian's next glorious find.
John T. Never in the field of human conflict so much be known by. So, thank you very much. Thank you.
It's Tommy Cooper. I can't do Winston
Is
Churchill.
that Tommy Cooper's impersonation, Winston
It
Churchill?
was indeed, John T.
Well, here we got Royal Dalton. That's a very good sign, because Royal Dalton, kind of like, they were the company that reintroduced Toby jugs, because they were first around in the 1770s and never produced anywhere else. So this is a very British item. And of course, we've got the iconic character of Winston Churchill, so you can't get more British than a Toby jug of Winston Churchill. And that's the reason why he's worth selling.
Well, they're hugely popular, though. They've been really... There are a lot of them.
This particular Toby jug, yes.
Yeah.
But there was a Toby jug that was commissioned during the Second World War, but because Winston Churchill didn't like it, it was withdrawn.
Ah, so that's the one.
Well, that is the one.
And this is it?
No, I'm sadly it's not. But because there are more than one, I mean, there are an awful lot of these still on the market, we're going to get a set figure for him. For this one, we're looking at £30 to £50. Is that okay?
Yes, all goes in the jar, doesn't it?
It all helps, yeah.
In
It
the
all
pot.
adds up, yeah. So, where are you going to take me now? That way or that way?
We will go to E-Wing.
This way.
E-Wing. I don't know anything about it. I can't even, as we established, do a very good impression of Winston Churchill. So for me, I'm very happy that Winston Churchill goes.
Well, Brian's Churchill impression wasn't too bad, but it might be a few years yet before he gets that particular role. And these valuables aren't going to find themselves, but nothing is escaping Jonty's keen eye today. This 1978 Elton John vinyl will certainly attract some attention in the sale room. I'm not surprised he was a single man dressed like that. But let's hope it's music to our ears at £10 to £30. Living in the country is the perfect antidote to the madness of the show business world, and Brian and his family have been here for the last 10 years. But I want to take him back in career terms to where it all began. Now, I have known you for a long time. I did not know that you used to be a warm-up man.
I was always, God bless him, a book by Kenny Everett in his BBC days. Pretty much all the stuff Kenny done at the B, I was there.
So were you, in fine tradition, spotted by somebody who was sitting behind the camera?
Eventually, I'd done a show called The Live from the Palladiums and Live from Her Majesty's, and I'd done this show, which was the Palladium show, and I'd done this joke where I was talking about Tom Jones, who was on the show. And I said, I actually sung with Tom Jones. He was on the radio, and I was on the toilet. And then it just came about that the Brian Conley show came, and of course, eventually the puppet came.
But that show in particular, you know, your own show, I feel anyway, gave you the scope to show all your talents, because very few people in this country can do the whole thing. You know, they can sing, act, dance, the whole lot.
Well, maybe that's why I've never been, at the top, because I've diversified so much. I always feel that maybe that has sort of, in some ways, I've enjoyed it. I love the fact that I don't get bored. I can do a comedy night, or then there'll be a bit of the singing there. And because I've sort of moved about so much, and the musicals. In Jolson, I used to do 26 songs in one show. So you can imagine on a Wednesday and a Saturday, that was twice I do that, and that was a huge wrench on the old vocal cords. But I love singing, and singing is something that's very natural.
In your soul.
Yes, without a doubt.
Well, obviously this programme is all about raising money to help your particular charity. Now, what will your £1,000, if we get the £1,000, buy?
If we get £1,000, well, it'll help people that have trouble with breathing. They have these oxygen canisters, which cost £2.50 a day. If we get £1,000, we're going to help someone for a whole year. So
fantastic.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, Brian, it's clearly a wonderful cause, so I think if we're going to raise the £1,000, I think we need to go and start doing a bit of rummaging and look for John T again. But you know what? As you made the tea, I'm going to do the washing up. you grab that cup.
Good.
Yeah.
You are
Brilliant.
good, Chloe. You can come round again.
While I head off to the kitchen, the rest of the team keep up the search. And if we're going to reach that £1,000 target, we'll need to find a lot more top finds. I discovered these two limited edition brandy glasses, complete with the Burnley coat of arms, presented to Brian following a personal appearance and valued at £10 to £30. Now come on, Jonty, leave the popcorn alone. Anne-Marie needs you.
No, what you got there?
What do you think of that one?
Oh, little cartoon characters. Now, do you know these characters, who these are?
Foghorn Leghorn,
Yes.
Barnyard someone,
Barnyard Dog.
dog.
So was this a trip to America, to the studios at all?
That particular one wasn't. I'm not sure where he got that from, but it's definitely in England because it's got how much you paid for it.
Oh, you've got a pound sign here, a purchase. That's interesting. Now, this is a Seri cell, and we've got the company here, Warner Brothers. And if you look at the back here, this is it here, you can see that it's actually one of 2,500. All right?
Yeah.
So this has been created, naturally also, as this label suggests, for a collector's market.
Okay.
But don't be fooled by all of that, okay? Because more often than not, it doesn't necessarily mean that thereafter it's going to fetch a lot more money.
No.
Because if you think about it, 2,500 of any one item is actually quite a
It
lot.
is, yeah.
All right? So we can put it into the auction sale and it's still worth, what, 65 to £85? Is that okay?
That's lovely. Thank
Excellent, good. I'll carry it through for you.
Cerecells are created by printing artwork from popular movies or cartoons onto a sheet of acetate. This particular example is not from a movie, but was commissioned to be sold as a limited edition, making it slightly less valuable. But it's all money towards the Helen House Fund. However, we still have a long way to go if we want to make a dent in that £1,000 target. And this framed Beatles record on the kitchen wall has set me wondering if Brian likes the Fab Four as much as his comedy hero Charlie Chaplin. Abbey Road was the last album the Beatles recorded in 1969 and it charted at #1 in the UK, making it a collector's favourite. But will it be top of our pops with a price tag of £40 to £60? And accustomed as he is to rubbing shoulders with the stars, Brian's home is brimming with quality goods, some of which he's become rather attached to.
I've got something. I've found something.
What you got?
Well, I found something that I'm obviously reluctant to give away, but with you being here, I'm thinking that maybe you could just give me an idea of how much it's worth, because I think this is very special. I should read it at the back first. It says, Brian, thanks for a great series, and here are a few gags written by a mutual hero. And this is it. This is it.
Oh.
Tommy
Tommy
Cooper
Cooper.
is a
Tommy.
legend.
Thank you very much. And this is actually, well, as you can see, it's from one of his joke books. My wife loves wrestling on TV. I don't know why, she keeps falling off. But, she sleeps in a hairnet, not in a bed.
And this is his own handwriting.
Yeah, this is a page out of
fabulous.
one
That
of
was
his
joke
joke
book.
books.
And you can see clearly that it's handwritten. Can you see the
ink
natural
is
smudge
smudged,
there? It's just
yeah.
wonderful.
Alcohol coming out of his
And what
pores.
did you always make of Tommy Cooper?
I mean, he was one of my heroes. I mean, it means an awful lot to me. And
Really?
obviously, they've put this to the side, a London Palladium show that he was in.
But the real value is this script here.
Without a doubt.
This is where the true value is.
Well, I better start writing something.
A few gags would be
I
handy.
know. All I know is that I went on the internet to sort of get an autograph, because I thought, oh, it'd be lovely to put an autograph there.
Yeah.
And it was just under £500,
Yeah, it would
just
be.
for a Tommy Cooper
name.
autograph.
Yeah, yeah.
Not on not just on a scrap of paper.
Do you want to know values?
Go on. Yeah, I'd love to.
My hunch is that this is worth between £2,000 and £3,000.
£3,000. Not like that, just like that. That's £3,000. That's a lot of money, that is. Thank you. Well, I'll let you get back to it, and I'm going to go and lock this away now.
No, just
Yes.
say, you
In
sure
my
you're not going to
safe.
sell
Yeah,
this
no.
one?
That's lovely. I love that. Fantastic.
that's
Wait till I tell the wife. I'll see you
Shall
in
we
a
go
minute.
with you? Actually, we'll go with you anyway.
Come on
coming.
then.
We're coming
All
to
right.
it,
Yeah, come and tell the wife. For me, I was just absolutely astounded that it cost so much. You know, for just what is it? It's a piece of paper with a couple of jokes on, but written by the man himself. I suppose it has taken it through the roof. Oh, blimey.
I have a funny feeling there's no way Brian's going to give away such a precious piece of memorabilia. At least not just like that. Ah, well, we still have to pick up lots more items to sell. which leads Jonty to his next majestic find, this 1962 Royal Variety Performance programme. Now, Brian may have appeared in 8 shows to date himself, but he picked up this snippet of memorabilia in a junk shop for just a few pounds. So with any luck at all, we'll get a good return on it. Now, they do say that behind every great man there's a great woman, and I tracked down Brian and Anne-Marie to find out more about their day-to-day double act. I don't know what you two are up to, but I have found a humdinger for the auction.
No.
La la!
That's it. That is, well, it's priceless, Gloria.
Is it true that you painted this, Anne-Marie?
Yeah.
It's fabulous. How long have you painted?
I've always liked painting and drawing, just on and off.
So how long have you two been together?
Go on, then.
Since 91,
Yeah.
beginning of 91, so what's
Is that when we married?
No, that's when we met.
Typical man. When we married.
So was that 17 years?
17 years.
Yeah.
So how did he propose?
We had a party at the house near Christmas, and we had all the family over. And then at the last minute, Brian said he couldn't be there, said he had to do a tribute to Max Bygraves, and disappeared, and I wasn't too pleased. And then later on, all these carol singers who only knew one verse of "Give us some figgy pudding," kept going round and round like an air rod, but it was to get us all to the front door. And then Brian came up in full knight armour, on a horse.
On a horse.
I had trouble getting off and kneeling down.
So,
Did you ride a horse as a matter of interest?
can I? No.
No, were you able then?
No, I had someone pulling me along,
They were dressed up as well.
Dressed up, but the horse was actually, and the full gear was in the film, Sean Connery's horse from the film First Night, wasn't
Oh,
it?
dashing. So were you impressed by the effort he made?
I really was, yeah.
And did you say yes immediately?
I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. Didn't I? Why?
No, you ran about, sort of going, oh.
I didn't.
And she never cried. I always wind up with that.
didn't
You'd
run
think she'd
about.
cry, wouldn't you? You'd think, there's so much loveliness gone into that. She said, oh, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, come, let's all get indoors.
I did not. I didn't cry though. I was too happy, and he actually looked at me and went, "Aren't you going to cry?"
He likes a girl to cry. Well, you know what? I think we'll go and find Jonty because I want to ask him about this painting. So just leave it in position and we'll go and find him, okay?
And why not? Come on then.
Who would have thought Brian was such a romantic type? Bless him. But we must keep on hunting if we're going to make our £1,000 target. Let's hope he hasn't got too emotionally attached to this fascinating 1920s French cigarette dispenser, valued at a very reasonable £10 to £20. You know, there's so much rummaging to be done and the boys are simply nowhere to be found. But knowing Brian as I do, I bet he's whisked Jonty off to his den.
You look very comfortable behind the bar here, Brian.
Yes. This is my world. I feel very at home. I mean, this is a fun room. I mean, we have a lot of fun in here.
So have you got anything for me?
Yes, and not too far away. This is it.
The Tantalus.
Is that what they call it?
Yes.
A tantalus?
Yes.
Well, I never knew that.
That's
see.
where you get the word tantalise from.
Because
It's always under lock and key. They're always tantalisingly close. Well, the drink is tantalisingly close. Because the master of the house would always take the key away with him.
See? Not because they're drunk.
So have a look.
Yeah. So it's 3 decanters.
Right.
In here.
Yeah.
It's silver
Silver
inlaid.
mounted.
And it has
what have I got
an
here?
inscription.
Yeah.
This was obviously a gift
Brian
at the time.
Conley
is
Jolson.
I am
at the
indeed.
Victoria Palace Theatre, London, 26th of October 1995.
And it's a distant sort of shout to the past because I don't drink. I packed it in. So for me, this is obsolete. And I just feel it is such a good cause. And I think this is a lovely bit of kit.
It is.
a beautiful piece
it's
of
lovely
furniture.
quality, lovely
Yes.
quality. And they were very popular in the late 19th century through into the early part of the 20th century. That's when you see most Tantaluses.
Is it worth anything?
I have to say that if it was an antique, it would be worth more money because essentially you're still looking at a modern item, which is essentially, again, a reproduction. So when it comes to auction, you have to value it as such. But it's still worth a healthy, £100 to £150. And you never know what's going to happen in an auction sale.
It is a good bit of kit.
If I could tell you what was going to happen in the auction sale, then I would be out of a job. Because the great thing about auction sales is you never really quite know.
Well,
So if I can value it at that sort of figure, would you be happy?
Let's drink to that, shall we? There you go.
That's very nice. That's good. Whoa.
Okay, cheers.
Oh! That's the finest cranberry juice I've ever tasted.
Don't give the game away. It's heavy, so it must be worth a lot of money. That's the way I judge these things. And it's new. You know, you don't want something old, you want something new. You don't want it all battered out. It's 18th century, you want something now, of today. So I'm disappointed that he's saying 150. I'm really hoping that it's going to be more.
So it'll be interesting to see who's right on auction day. But for now, we need to have a final push to uncover a few more choice finds. And what better collectible than Brian's own Gotcha Award after he was caught out by the famous television prankster Noel Edmonds. But will we be having a house party of our own with the £100 to £200 asking price? During Brian's career, he's made numerous stage appearances, but probably the most famous was the life story of America's first superstar. But it's our very own little baby face who's just wild about Al Jolson.
Brian, come and have a look at this. Gloria, have a look at this.
Wow. Serious stuff.
Tell me more.
He had Jolson, the Jolson story, and of course this was Jolson Sings Again.
And this is the second movie of his life.
Yeah, starring Larry Parks, who obviously impersonated Jolson.
And there he is here. Yeah.
And would that be a billboard? Would that be like an advert for it?
Yes, this is promoting the movie.
Oh, wow.
Because down here we've got Sonny Boy in his
Yes.
vinyl, 78 form.
That is, from the old gramophone. And
Yeah.
I believe that it was either the millionth selling record, first time ever a record had done that, or the first record ever to make a million.
Yeah.
I mean, the king of Broadway, the first guy to do a Sunday concert, the first one to bring out an album, the first one to do the talking movie.
He was the first one to have the runway as well.
The runway, so he could get to the audience more. And the reason he wanted to do a Sunday concert was so all the other artists who were working in Broadway got a chance to see him.
Amazing.
But I mean, for me, I was given this as a gift.
Okay.
And, you know, I've sort of moved on now.
As far as value is concerned, because of your connection, we could certainly put this into the auction sale, and I think it's going to create an awful lot of interest.
Yeah.
And if you could write a letter
Yes.
and explain who, you know, your connection with this particular single and here with the poster, then that's going to give it what we call provenance, which is essentially giving it history, giving it understanding clearly where something came from. Because if we can do that, I can triple the audience
Really?
in that one. Yeah,
Really?
We're looking at probably £250, £400, that
My
kind of ballpark.
God.
If we can do that, and if we get the right wind behind us in the auction sale, who knows? It
The
could
right
literally-
bidders will have
it
to
could
turn up on the
literally
day.
take sale and
Yeah, you
go
need
off.
some Jolson people out there.
Yeah,
I have this idea that from the auctioneer stand you might do a bit of an act.
You know, I think I could do an hour, couldn't I? Anyone who
At
buys
least.
it, I'll do a personal rendition for them, shall I?
Now there's an auction item.
There's a go. Yeah, so we'll do that as well.
Good man.
We'll get it all wrapped up and probably get 30 quid.
So you see, the marvellous thing is Jonty is happy. I'm ecstatic at the thought of you singing from the auctioneer's box. And the only person we need now is Anne-Marie, because I have my total. Anne-Marie, are you there?
Hello,
With your
dear.
curly
How are
knee.
you? How are you?
Dusting all finished for the day. Well, I just want to say we've had the most wonderful time.
Thank you.
Can't remember an interview that we've done recently where we've had such fun. So thank you for that. We are really erring on the lower side here, to be absolutely sure, in giving you the estimate. But we're very confident we can get at least
Go on.
£735.
Very good, very good.
And we're very hopeful with items like this that we'd get even more. So we're on. Fantastic. Have you ever been to an auction before?
No, we haven't, and I'm a bit peeved because if we don't get 1,000, I'll be very upset. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If we get 750, I'll bung in the rest just to make up the money. You know? We're definitely getting 1,000, no matter what happens.
That's
Even
why
if
I like a positive attitude.
Absolutely.
Well, we're really looking forward to that. So thank you very much. See you there. We've had an absolutely terrific day hunting around Brian's fabulous home, and I can't wait to see how the following goodies perform at auction. The 19th century wooden tantalus with 3 crystal decanters worth £100 to £150. At £65 to £85, that Warner Brothers Carousel with comedy capers from Foghorn Leghorn and Barnyard Dog. The very British Winston Churchill Toby jug, hoping to lead the way at £30 to £50. And hopefully we'll all be singing from the rooftops with our Al Jolson framed disc and poster and its amazing price tag of £250 to £400. Still to come on Cash in the Celebrity Attic. It's a showbiz world, darling. Well done, you. Well spotted. Where no one is safe.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You're beautiful, all right, love?
And Jonty doesn't want to be left out.
Do I get
on the
one?
lips this time.
Do I get one?
You get Anne-Marie this time. But will we love the results when the final hammer falls? And so it's been quite a number of weeks since we visited Brian Conley, all-round entertainer and star, to search for collectibles and antiques around his home. We've brought all of them here to the John Nicholson auction rooms in Sussex. And Brian is hoping to raise around £1,000 for his favourite charity. But in the words of his favourite comic, I hope the items sell just like that. I can never resist it. The bidders are already out in force, preparing themselves for a busy day at auction. It's the one opportunity they get to take a closer look at the valuables on display, and they're certainly making the most of it. And on hand with our quality items is expert Jonty Herndon, and he's confident our goodies are going to jazz up the sale room today. Well, Jonty, being the fine singer you are, I thought I'd find you by the Jolson piece. It looks good, doesn't it?
Well, I think I was just contemplating just what a fantastic, generous gift it was from Brian, simply because he was so associated with Al Jolson. I think it's a wonderful gift.
Do you know what I like about this? The fact that all of Brian's items have been isolated out on this table, and it gives them great dignity and sort of great clarity. Do you like this idea?
Well, I think the auction has been very clever. For instance, the gotcha. I believe that a gotcha has never been auctioned before.
So a prize item.
So this is a prize item for somebody.
And Charlie Chaplin was covered in dust the last time we saw it at the house.
It's all
Now it looks
polished
very
up.
elegant. Oh, very good.
Yeah, it all looks great, and I'm feeling very, very confident today.
And I think I just about see Brian and Anne-Marie have arrived, but let's go and see them. Well, as we all expected, the Tommy Cooper memorabilia stayed at home. But with such unique items up for grabs, our bidders are still in for a treat. I just hope they brought plenty of cash and are prepared to pay top prices for our collectibles. Brian and Anne-Marie, welcome to the auction. What are you doing, trying to break the items before they go under auction?
I think so, yeah.
You realise we're selling, not buying today, Brian.
I know. It's a big day for us, isn't it? We are very excited about this.
And which item in particular are you looking forward to, watching to see how it develops and how much?
For me, it's the decanters, It'd be interesting to see what we get for that.
Now, the auction sale is about to start. The auction is on his rostrum. Let's go and take our places, yeah?
Excitement, I love it, I love it, I love it. If, like Brian, you're planning on heading to the auction, remember you'll be responsible for paying commission plus any other charges should you wish to buy or sell. So do check with your local sale room for more details. And as we get into position, as close to the action as we can, but as far away as possible from the auctioneer's booming speaker, we're just in time to see our first lot take to the stand. The framed Warner Brothers Carousel.
Who'll bid me £100? 100 bid. 25 I'll take. 125. 150. 175. At 175. 200 now. At 175, your bid, sir. At 175. 200 anywhere. Your bid and selling at 175.
Anne-Marie, well done, you. Well spotted, wasn't that good?
I know.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we wanted.
I don't believe it. An astounding £175, which just goes to show you can never tell what's going to happen at auction. But let's hope Brian's top-notch treasures tempt the bidders to fuel our funds even further.
216, the Frame Beatles, Abbey Road record. Again, being sold by Brian Conley for his charity, the Helen House Hospice.
Weren't you the fifth Beatle?
400, 450. No. Start me. £50. 50. 75. 75. 100. 100. 125. 150. At 125, my friend there at 125. 50 I'm looking for. At 125, 50 anywhere, they're selling at 125.
Another amazing result for the Abbey Road album, proving it's still definitely a hit. But will our Elton John classic, Single Man, be as popular with the room?
There then and selling at £50.
It's good. There you go, well over our top estimate of £50, although Brian appears to be a little bit disappointed with that. But there's still a long way to go and plenty more of our lots to be seen. And if we want to make some good money for Helen House, we need all of Brian's items to sell well. And Brian's pleased to be saying goodbye to his next item, the unusual French cigarette holder.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, your bid, sir. Add £60, 70 anywhere, 70, 80, at £80 and selling. Your bid, sir, selling at £80.
Well done, thank you.
It's very good topping up our fund by £80, which shows that the fire has definitely not gone out on this antique piece. Well, we've been astounded by the amounts being paid for Brian's delights, but some are a bit more personal than others.
Spot 18, Tantalus, with the 3 cut glass whisky decanters there.
I still hold true to my estimate, because that's how I would give a valuation of it ordinarily, and I can't be any different to that. But what I'm really hoping for is that people here have got big, generous, deep pockets because of the charity and because of Brian's influence.
Start me. 100 bid.
Yeah!
50, 200. At 200, 250. 3 I'll take, 300. 350, 400. 450, 500. At £500, my bid's there. At £500, 50 anybody, for a rare piece of memorabilia there. At £500 and selling £500.
Terry, let me give you a kiss. Mind out of the way, love. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Another round of applause to Terry, please. £500.
The Chaplin saucer. This is
Do you know what's so fantastic about that? That's over half of what you wanted to raise. Yes. I mean, that's amazing. Brilliant. Brian was always convinced that the Tantalus would make a lot of money, and on this occasion he was right. Getting £500 for that one item must have had a terrific effect on our total so far. Don't know about you, John, but it's such an exciting auction. We've actually at the halfway stage now, and you wanted £1,000 towards this very good cause that you feel so passionate about. Well, I have to tell you, at the halfway stage, you have reached, wait for it, £930.
That's fantastic.
And that is, well, now we're only halfway through.
Now, your children have been sitting watching the auction, waving the programme, buying everything in sight. So I think we should go and see them. And John, you're going to have a look at some of the things.
Yeah, the art is incredible here, and I'm just going to take a closer look.
We'll see you later.
See you later.
So while everyone, including the auctioneer, takes a breather, it seems Jonty just can't get enough of the showbiz world and heads off to visit some of Hollywood's finest.
Brian Conley is not the only star in the room today. I've got 2 Marilyn Monros here. Aren't they impressive? Huge framed pastels. Now, they're both signed, and the signatures are just here. Pietro Sea, 1979. Now, as the name suggests, he was Italian, born in 1934, and emigrated, travelled to America to make his fortune. In 1964, he met Andy Warhol, and quite quickly he started working in the factory, which was the engine room of where Andy Warhol produced all these amazing pictures. £10,000 to £15,000, it's a real bargain right now.
Now it's time to head back to our prime position, where the bidders are waiting patiently for the second part of the sale to begin. We have some fabulous goodies still to come, and after our earlier success, I wonder just how much we're going to make by the end of the day. We're all hoping that our Charlie Chaplin figure can bring us another £80 to £120, although Brian has some reservations.
I mean, at the end of the day, there is a designer fault with it. It doesn't look like Charlie Chaplin. You look at the face, it doesn't actually look anything like him.
Don't let the auctioneer hear you say that.
£100, £50.
Yeah.
Oh dear, we're struggling. £50 bid, 75 I'll take. At £50, 75 anybody. At £50, 75 anybody.
It's meant to be Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, I know, that's what a lot of people said. A lot of people said it wasn't as well. That's why I said nothing. At £50, 75 I'm looking for. 75 anybody, it's had its time then and selling at £50.
Anne-Marie's delighted.
I know, we're happy with that.
Now,
Yourself to bits with that.
Charlie Chaplin or not, £50 is still a sizable amount towards our £1,000 target. With 5 remaining lots to go and plenty of bidders in the room, I'm hoping we score a victory with our next item, the Royal Doulton Toby jug of Winston Churchill.
Who'll start me for Winston Churchill? 20, 30, 40, 50. £50 bid, 60 I'll take. At £50, 60 on the phone, 70, your bid, sir. There's my bid at 70, 80 I'm looking for. The great man himself, at £70, there's my bidder, selling for Macmillan Cancer, your bid, sir, selling at £70.
That's fantastic.
The man himself once said that the price of greatness is responsibility, but in our case, the price is another £70 towards our charity. But will our 1962 Royal Variety programme Found in a Junk Shop command an audience with this £40 to £60 price tag?
And I'm selling at £150.
That is so brilliant. I am completely gobsmacked. A superb result for a 40-year-old brochure picked up in a junk shop. But we still have 3 more fabulous pieces to sell, and the bidders are poised and ready. Could they be waiting for this one-of-a-kind gotcha award, which Brian received from Noel Edmonds on television's House Party back in the 80s?
Who'll start me? Well, I'm bid 100 to start it. At £100, 50 I'll take. 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. Will you go 5, sir? £500 for the gotcha. At £500, 50, anybody? I'm going to pick my little hammer up for this one. At £500 for the gotcha, at £500.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
And God bless Noel Edmonds,
I know.
wherever he
And
is.
can I say, it is solid gold.
At that price, you'd think it was gold, and what a remarkable result. Another great result is the 2 brandy glasses, reaching more than expected at £50. I'll drink to that. As our final lot comes up for grabs, we just can't contain our excitement. We've saved the best for last, and hopefully the bidders will agree. The auctioneer certainly does.
Right. Now then, I think this is the most important lot of Brian's that we're selling today. It's the Decca record of Sonny Boy by Al Jolson, and the poster, Sings Again.
This one we feel is a goodie, ladies and gentlemen. Climb upon my knees, sonny boy, although you roll it 3s, sonny boy. You've no way of knowing, there's no way of showing what you mean to me, sonny boy.
Just a minute.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the very first song ever to get $1 million. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed. Thank you very much.
Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there.
Oh. I want to stay here.
I want it sold.
Like it.
Good luck, John.
Right. Who'll start me? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. 6 on the phone, 7 anywhere. At 600 on the phone. At £600, the bid's on the phone and selling at 6.
Do I get to use the little hammer, John?
With the greatest of pleasure.
Not giving in yet.
We'll say 1, 2, at £600. Bang.
Sold.
Hey, fantastic.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You're beautiful, all right, love?
130, your bid.
Well done. You. Fantastic.
It's still, I mean, it is incredible, isn't it? I mean,
How do you feel?
well, just delighted, really. I mean, will I miss it? No, I don't think so. I think it's just, it is a nice piece, and to someone it's going to mean a lot.
What a great end to the day. But by how much will Helen House be benefiting from our celebrity charity auction?
And I think, sir, that is about £2,350. Haven't finished. There's 20% buyer's premium on top of all that, which gives you another £460. We will make it up to £3,000 for your charity, and we thank you, and we thank all the people who bid for your lot.
And sincerely, from me and the wife, thank you very much indeed, and it is truly going to a worthy cause.
Listen, thanks a lot for all your hospitality and for being such a good sport. It's a special programme and a special result.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Good kiss.
Do I
On
get
the
one?
lips this time.
Do I get one?
Oh, you get Anne-Marie this time. Helen House near Oxford is an amazing hospice that will certainly be able to put to good use the money made at auction.
To get 2 would have been brilliant, double it, but to do what we did, 3,000 is on stuff that really has just been sitting there, you know, and stuff that we found in the attic, you know. So for us, it's the least we could do for such a worthy place.
Helen House first opened in 1982 and provides respite care for children who are seriously ill, like Harry Pickering, who first visited in 1996, as his mum Lizzie explains.
We first came to Helen House with our son Harry, who was diagnosed with a form of muscular dystrophy called spinal muscular atrophy when he was 17 months old. And we all used to stay here together, and we just loved it.
The fact that whole families can stay here makes it easier to cope with what is a distressing time.
It is tough coming here for the first time and knowing and fully realising why you need this help. But we soon realised that we could use Helen House hopefully for many years. And I learnt to try and think of it as a hotel, and rather than for end of life. Although actually it was very comforting also to know that we would be supported when the end came for Harry.
Very sadly, Harry passed away in 2000, but it's the memories of the quality life he enjoyed that have helped Lizzie and her family. She's now involved with Helen House on a full-time basis to help support this remarkable facility.
Helen House is 25 years old this year, and people are still coming back from 25 years ago, which I think is testament to the friendship that's offered here.
I've had dealings with this wonderful place for many years, so for me it's just a real privilege that we could give something back.